Hello there, you beautiful fucking human. It's Stefanie here. I invite you to pop in your earbuds as I take you on this soft-spoken ASMR adventure. For today's experience, I'm going to be focusing around the topic of self-erasure. Whether it resonates with your personal experience or not, you're welcome to hang out with me as I share and breathe. I was born and raised in religion. High demand, high control religion. Mormonism, to be specific. And this soft-spoken adventure is inspired by this comment right here. Being born and raised in religion for me required self-erasure. And I didn't even know that's what I was doing. I had no clue. I just thought I was being a good woman by erasing my needs and my knowing, erasing my boundaries, and defaulting to what an authority told me I should be thinking and feeling. Instead of trusting myself, I erased myself. If you are also a woman who experienced a religious upbringing like I did, you'll know what I'm pointing to. My experience of escaping religion really required me to escape my commitment to salvation after death. If you'd like to know more about my religious trauma experience, I do have more content about it on my TikTok. And you can find that in my link tree if you want to check that out. For me, I committed to Mormonism when I was 5 years old. And there's a story behind that, which will be unfolding here. I had an older sister die when I was 5. She was 7 and died in a horse accident. If you're unfamiliar with Mormon doctrine, part of it is that if a child dies before the age of 8 or the age of accountability, they automatically go to the celestial kingdom. And there's a lot required within Mormonism to reach that level of heaven. So because of the doctrine and my personal situation as a child, having my sister pass away, I committed to Mormonism because I wanted to live with her again. So I erased my connection with myself and my knowing because I was willing to pay whatever price was necessary. Because of a made-up doctrine. And so I put myself in situations where I didn't matter. My needs, my well-being didn't matter. And I dove headfirst, immersed myself into becoming who I needed to be. I gladly took on that conditioning and that identity of being a Mormon woman. I got married young and had my first child less than a year after I was married. It didn't really matter what the price was. I was going to pay it by erasing myself so that I could reach salvation after death. There's so much to the story that I feel like I'm leaving out. And there might be future episodes around this that might be a little bit more rambling and sharing, but for now, for today's experience, I'm sharing from the perspective of self-erasure. Within Mormonism, women especially are required to erase themselves unless it fits in alignment with the doctrine. There's hierarchy within Mormonism. God, man, woman, child. And as I say that, there are many beautiful narratives within Mormonism that make women feel special. But at the end of the fucking day, self-erasure and self-sacrifice is the price a woman pays. Unless she wants to be nothing more than a wife and a mother. You can probably feel the anger in my breathing and humming. Anger was something I wasn't allowed as a Mormon woman. At least not if I was going to be seen as a good Mormon woman. Even my story of leaving Mormonism has self-erasure all over in it. I left in 2014, and as I'm recording this, it's 2025. And over the last 11 years, I have addressed the self-erasure in many ways, many forms and levels. And it has brought me here, deep into the unknown, being real, honest, open, expressing myself, and watching my life blow up along the way. I don't know how to separate my story of escaping religion from also escaping relationships that were born in religion. Because the hierarchy within religious ideals is enforced through relationships, through community. Not erasing myself has highlighted the fact that a lot of my relationships were built on that. Of being invisible and pleasing and palatable. The more connected I became with my knowing and my intuition, the more uncomfortable people around me became. At least those not willing to look at their own conditioning, and instead looked at me as the problem. And there's no one to blame. We are a product of our conditioning, and I'm 42 right now, and just now individuating into who I am instead of who I was conditioned to be. No one tells you that healing and prioritizing your well-being requires you to leave behind things that made you erase yourself to make them work. There's so much guilt and shame that I've had to navigate to stand in my knowing. Because every time I attempted to be real and authentic, I was squashed and shamed for it. It wasn't until I started developing friendships that actually were fulfilling because I was showing up as real and authentic, and it gave me an interesting comparison against the relationships that were born in religion, and then relationships where I felt seen and valued and loved for my realness. If you enjoy my soft-spoken ASMR corner of YouTube that I'm carving out for myself, please check out the description. There's a way to become a channel member. Right now I just have it pretty basic, where it's just supporting my content creation. But if there's enough interest, I am open to creating more tiers of channel membership where there's exclusive content that's not public facing. I bought into Mormonism so young that I didn't have a chance to develop a sense of self or identity outside of Mormonism. And leaving was the scariest thing. It was the scariest thing. I had to grieve the loss of my sister instead of living in the illusion of being able to live with her again. If you're listening to me and you have your own belief system and you're about to come into my comments and project it onto me, I will kindly decline your projection. I am also a spiritual person, and it's fascinating because, like, in that same breath of being a spiritual person, I also am very agnostic and atheistic in many ways. It's an interesting place to exist after religion. I like it. I value human-to-human connection, the experience of other people who are different than me. I value the deconstruction of hierarchy and the horizontal morality that was born in my religious brain, like letting that go and looking instead at the horizontal morality of all the experiences of different people around me. And seeing our oneness and connection as humans spinning on a rock in space. No one really knows what happens after we die. There's theories, right? And some of them are beautiful, and some of them require damnation, which I'm not interested in. All I know is that self-erasure can fuck off. And relationships that require me to erase myself, give me the ick They give me the fucking ick. Escaping religion as a woman was the best thing I ever did for myself. The best fucking thing I ever did for myself, because it also paved my way out of a relationship that required my self-erasure. And as we speak, I am currently building relationships and community on my realness, on my expression, on embracing the full range of the messiness of being human. Letting go of control dynamics and settling into radical acceptance and reciprocity, and setting boundaries with people who think my self-erasure is what they are entitled to. No fucking thank you. No thank you. As I'm expressing this, I am reminded of an unlisted video that I have on YouTube right now that when my channel membership does expand, I plan on it being one of the videos that my members have access to. I call it my angry TED Talk. I've shared it with some very close people, and it has been very validating, especially for women who are required to erase themselves in relationship. I look forward to my corner of YouTube expanding, because what I have to say matters. And the ripples that I can send out with my expression and my voice are unique to me, just like the ripples that you can send out with your expression and your voice are unique to you. And I hope to inspire more connection with yourself and more connection with people around you. Because at the end of the day, the more connected we are with ourselves, the more we radically accept the full spectrum of our human experience, the more compassion we have for humanity in general, and those systems of hierarchy can dissolve inside of us, and then we can each send our own ripples out into the world of love, of real, genuine love. Which I guess is a form of spirituality, right? That capital L, love. Not conditional. It makes me think of something one of my favorite authors talks about. Her name is Anya Lincoln. She has a book called I Am. Check it out. She's not well enough known yet. She's fantastic. But something I've heard her speak about is unconditional love with conditional relationship, which has been incredibly valuable for me as I navigate my well-being, connecting to unconditional love here, and setting boundaries from my knowing so that those relationships that require self-erasure are not welcome in my sphere. I honestly don't know how to speak about leaving religion without addressing relational dynamics. Please let me know in the comments how this landed for you. If you're subscribed, go ahead and hit the notification bell so you know when I post new content. And I would be honored if you became a channel member or send me a donation via my Buy Me a Coffee link. I would love nothing more than to show up here as what I do. Please do remember that you are a beautiful fucking human. And I hope to inspire you to dissolve those hierarchical ideals that are internalized. See yourself with more love and compassion, and give that gift to others as well. Have a beautiful fucking day. I'll talk with you next time. Bye.